Hey, thanks so much for joining me again. So, is it time for marriage counseling for you? Well, if it is, it's okay because I think a lot of us couples need it from time to time. I mean, even in my marriage with Heather, we went to a trusted mentor couple to work some things out. And so I think sometimes it's necessary. And so I want to talk just briefly today about two types of marriage counseling that I really think that you should look into. They're really, in my mind, are the kind of the gold standard of marriage counseling. And and then after I tell you about these two, then I'm going to give you, I think, something to kind of wrap itself around it that can make it extra special and really work well. But the first one is Gottman method couples therapy. It was developed by John Gottman, famous couples researcher, expert in the field. He joined forces with his wife, Julie. She was a therapist, and they created this program called Gottman method couples therapy, and it's all kinds of awesome science and research, all kinds of data and information. One of my favorite things about it is that he was able to predict divorce with something like 92% accuracy based upon just four things that would happen in conversation with the couple, centered around criticism, defensiveness, contempt, and stonewalling. But that's just one of the awesome, I think, statistics and things that have come out of his research. And so it's a very logical approach, very kind of analytical. I would say, not to stereotype, but I think men might maybe gravitate toward enjoying this approach a little bit more in general. Lots of awesome activities that are done when it comes to communication and conflict management in the sessions. And so, very, uh, it can be maybe a little bit of a surface level approach. And so I would say that if you're, uh, thinking about uh, marriage counseling where maybe things aren't completely off target, or maybe you're not like approaching divorce, this could be a very good approach to just tune some things up, maybe look at making some things just a little bit better. Again, maybe it's not where somebody's completely out the door. That's where I would highly recommend Gottman method couples therapy. The other one that I think is probably even better is called emotionally focused therapy, or EFT for short. And it was developed by a lady named Sue Johnson. And I think she just passed away recently. But it goes a lot deeper. As you can imagine, it goes down into the depths of the emotions. And so, and I will say, I'm actually trained in both of these methods that I'm talking about. And so, with emotionally focused therapy, it takes a lot of patience. You're really trying to, again, plumb the depths of emotions. And typically, again, not to stereotype, but I know sometimes women have a better vocabulary, can access their emotions a little bit better than men. So sometimes this one for men can be a little bit tough. But I would say if you're a man and you're contemplating EFT, I mean, definitely consider it because I think it can really get, again, to kind of the root and the specific, maybe uh, sort of primary emotions, so to speak. Because a lot of times with men, it's just all about anger, but a lot of times there's something underneath that. There's maybe sadness or hurt or depression or loneliness that maybe is not coming out. Maybe it's just simply coming out as anger. So I would say uh, that could be a great approach too. And that one maybe again a little less logical, maybe a little bit more on the emotional side. So I would consider that one. That one probably, if you, no matter what place you're in, I think this one could work well. I would probably recommend this one if you're close to divorce or you're contemplating divorce. This might be one where you can really slow some things down, really take a deep look at what's going on underneath. Maybe sometimes even get to, traumas from your past or from your childhood that might be impacting or affecting what's going on in your relationship currently. So again, highly consider those two if you're going to do any kind of marriage counseling. And then I would also highly recommend that you look at uh, a Christian as a marriage counselor. And even that, I wouldn't say that's not a black or white situation because, uh, in my opinion, you want a Christian, but you don't want somebody that's completely rigid. You don't want somebody that's preachy. You don't want somebody that's kind of guilting you for maybe things that you've done. When I say Christian, I say I love it more when I can find somebody that says they're a marriage counselor who is a Christian rather than someone who is a Christian marriage counselor, if that makes any sense. And again, that might give you some sense of kind of how they approach things. And I know when I'm working with a couple, obviously I want them to know that I'm Christian and that those things are important because there's nothing more powerful than God's word and his approach. And so, but I want, again, couples to know it's a safe space. I'm empathetic toward their issues. You know, we all fall short. We all mess up. We all do things we're not proud of, and that's okay. The goal is to look at getting better. So I would say that that would sort of supercharge. If you find somebody that either does Gottman method or emotionally focused therapy, if you find a Christian that does it, that'll certainly supercharge it, almost give it like a superpower, so to speak. So those I think would be the things that I would highly recommend when you're looking for marriage counseling is the approach. Also, again, do they approach it from a Christian perspective is extremely important too. And again, just getting somebody that's friendly, that's empathetic, that understands, that wants to work with you, that wants the best for your relationship is most important too. So, and before you do anything like that, I would highly recommend that you look at our communication guide, and I'll make sure I put a link wherever this video is shown. And then also, most importantly, if you're watching this video on YouTube, please subscribe. It will help us get our message out to more and more people. So hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and you'll join the many people that are already watching these videos. So thank you so much and take care until next time.